Hey, what's up guys? We're back in another Destiny video. And today what we're going to be doing is something that's a little bit different for my usual channel and my usual stuff. I usually focus on PvP stuff and whatnot like that, but today we're going to be focusing somewhat on the raid stuff and its guns. So yeah, let's just get right into it. But before we do that, I would like to tell you guys that I will not be here the next 2 weekends, so I might upload a little bit this week, these 5 days, so that I have something to spread out. So yeah, that's the kind of the announcement, so yeah. Alright, so at number 3, we have kind of a very sentimental entry, especially for me. It is the Defiance of Yasmin, not the Herald Defiance of Yasmin specifically. Now we're going to get into more why that is later, but first off, this gun is without a doubt my favorite sniper ever in Destiny. It has gotten me through my first ever trial or flawless trials run, and it has gotten me through 2 or 3 more. And I've only gone really one time flawless where I wasn't using this gun, and that was pretty much Icebreaker. And why that is because of the special ammo nerf. And if it never happened, I would definitely be using this gun till this day. But it happened and I have to switch to Icebreaker, but if I do use it in Crucible, and I have to say it has one of the highest aim assists out of all the ray guns and all of the snipers in general. It can lock onto the head incredibly well and stick to it really well, like there. It locked onto the head and it stuck with it even as the guy moved. Another thing is that what it lacks in pretty much impact, it has in reload speed. It can kind of snap to targets really quickly, which is something that I think Icebreaker really doesn't have. Like, it allows me to do things like that in which the sensitivity while you're scoped in is incredibly high, which I can snap to really targets like that again. And that allows me to kind of beat people out. And finally, like I said, it is better, in my opinion, than the Herald Defiance of Yasmin because it is darker. The scope is much darker than the one I'm using. This is a lighter, and this is from the normal version of King's Fall. And so what that does is I think it kind of gives you more visibility, and it allows me, like I said, to snap targets, and I can see them better, more clearly, and because of this, the sensitivity, I can snap targets much quicker and much easier than the Herald Defiance of Yasmin. And so yeah, that is it. That is my favorite sniper ever, Defiance of Yasmin, and number 3. Alright, so at number 2, we have something that is really interesting. This gun, I haven't really seen much use, and I really have seen a lot of YouTubers kind of advertising it, and still not many people really use it, and it is pre this timepiece. Now, back in the day when the Vault of Glass was kind of like the main raid, it really was kind of hard to get. I do know that this is pretty rare, but now it isn't that rare, and I'm surprised that not many more people are using it. But regardless, when I use it, it is incredible. It has a lot of range, even for its impact, and I kind of like to think of it as a still kind of good Grasp of Malok. Back when the Grasp of Malok was kind of in the meta, it was godly. It was probably one of the best guns in the entire game, along with the Clever Dragon. But right now, this is kind of like a modern Clever Dragon or Grasp of Malok. It still has great rate of fire and great impact. It really did remind me a lot about those two guns. And I have to say, in close quarters, this thing is deadly, especially when it is shot at headshots. It pretty much can kill at 3 shots to the head, which, in my opinion, is incredibly good for its impact. And I believe it is kind of hard to do that, but I think it is still definitely possible, especially for experienced players that are good with this type of impact and kind of archetype. And so, yeah, that is it. That is number 2. And I have to say, if you guys have this gun, I definitely would recommend that you give it a try. If not, if you guys don't like this gun, the number 1, I think, is pretty much a unanimous decision that it is a godly weapon. So yeah, that is number 2, Preda's Timepiece. In my opinion, one of the best guns, or I guess most underused good guns in Destiny. So yeah, number 2. Alright, and so at number 1, and without a doubt my favorite year 1 weapon ever, it is the Vision of Confluence. Now this gun pretty much has infinite stability. It does not move, and coupled with its full auto fire rate, it is completely and utterly insane, especially at long range and medium range. It can cut down enemies pretty much at, yeah, like I said, long and medium range. It doesn't have pretty much any damage fall off, and even at close range right there, it is still incredibly deadly and accurate. And so yeah, this gun, like I said, is one of my favorite guns ever. And back in year 1, as you can see, I'm using it right now, it had fire, primary, elemental, and at the same time, it was legendary. So this gun was not only good in PvP, or sorry, godly in PvP, it was also godly in PvE. And so, yeah, that is number one. And one other kind of fun fact about this is that it was really common to get. It was not at all hard for people to get. A lot of things like Atheon's Epilogue wasn't that easy to get, and kind of guns that were kind of this good were usually a little bit hard to get. And so, but this gun was pretty common to most people. It wasn't one of those super rare guns that nobody could get. And with that, it made it even better. It made it so that it was accessible to pretty much everybody. And yeah, it was, like I said, my favorite gun, and this was definitely one of the reasons. I had terrible RNG and I still do, and this gun was pretty much one of the first guns I ever got from Destiny or from one of the raids. And so yeah, if you want this gun, I would definitely recommend going to Vaults of Glass. It is very easy to get, very common, and so yeah, you will pretty much dominate the Crucible from long range, medium range, and close range. So yeah, that is it. Top 3 weapons for the Crucible from the raids, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. But like I said, as a reminder, I will not be posting the next 2 weekends. I do have something kind of important to do, and so yeah, we'll be trying to space these next 5 videos out throughout the week. So yeah, this one is going up on Sunday. I will definitely have a video for you tomorrow. And so yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.